Live.
When I win, I will immediately bring prices down starting on day one. Starting on day one of the Trump administration, we will end inflation. So vote Trump and your incomes will soar. Your energy costs and grocery prices will come tumbling down. The next economic boom will begin the instant the world knows that Donald J. Trump has won 4 more years as president. We got to take care of our veterans here. They're among our greatest people. I will put veterans first and America first every single time. Before I even arrive at the Oval Office, I will have the disastrous war between Russia and Ukraine settled. I will get the problem solved, and it will take me no longer than 1 day.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. If you are not into politics, first of all, your investments are not going to be as meaningful. But if you're not into politics, and if you don't want to hear any bashing of politicians, this is not the one for you. This is not the stream for you. Before I even start, let me say this, though, just to make sure that we're clear. If you've heard me ever speak politics on Crypt Talk Podcast or Blockchain Crypto Gang, I'm pretty neutral about it. And I want to say that because not only have I been neutral about it, I have not been anti-Trump at all. In fact, if you go back to any times I've even mentioned Trump, I've always said that I thought he would be good for the market. I thought him and Vance would be good for the crypto market. I thought that he would be good for the overall investing market, S&P 500, et cetera, et cetera. I thought that we would be I thought we'd be winning right now, economically. But we cannot, I will not ignore the facts. I will not give you 100% truth as I know it. I have to keep it a buck with y'all. Trump is fucking shit up, y'all. Trump is really fucking shit up right now. This is horrible what's going on. And we can't just pretend that it's like, every time the market is dipping that, just buy the dip. Yeah, I know that's the mantra. I get it. And I did it. Actually, I've been buying the dip. But damn it, how much longer do we dip? Until we realize, right now it's just not popping because it's unnecessary. See, when the market dips as it does, we buy the dips and we hodl. We don't make a big deal out of it. We don't panic, and I'm not asking you to panic, but listen, when it unnecessarily dips, when the very one who said he's going to save the economy, which wasn't really doing bad, is now tanking the economy due to bad decisions, bad posturing, and due to the rest of the world who's just not feeling what we're cooking. They're not smelling what we're cooking over here right now. They're not into it. I think it's us at this point. So yeah, man, we got to just be realistic. We got to be honest about the situation. We have to assess the situation. I don't know what to do. I'm not here to give you guys advice. I'm just here to just show you what's happening, why it's happening, what are the results of what's happening. For instance, like we're supposed to be in a bull cycle right now when it comes to the crypto. And I get it. Crypto is not always just going to be booming, booming, booming. And I get it. It does often dip. You'll see some corrections. You'll see some slippage before we really hit that bull cycle, that all-time high that we typically get between a year and a half after the halving. And at this point, we've been, now we're at 78,000 though. The market has been tanking. Ethereum's under 2,000 again. XRP is getting down to the $2 mark. Solana is at 118. Like even USDC, a stable coin's at 99 cents. That's crazy. Cardano. Dogecoin is at what, 16? See, I thought that with Elon Musk, having a prominent role in the government and then naming his department Doge, which some could say that's a conflict of interest or that's a troll or that's an obvious whatever. I don't disagree with that. But I thought that would help Dogecoin because I know he owns a lot of Dogecoin. So he'd likely want to pump it at some point. So I thought Tesla, which I went heavy in. I went heavy into Tesla. We can look at these S&P numbers. I went heavy into Tesla when I heard the Twitter space with then candidate Trump and Elon Musk. When Elon Musk, said that he wouldn't mind being the Department of Government Efficiency. And Trump said, yeah. So I thought, okay, Tesla's going to do good. Because I know that Elon's a welfare queen and he would, find a way to suckle some of that money into his contracts. I figured Tesla would be doing very well right now. In fact, let's start off with that. I thought Tesla would do well right now. What I didn't expect was Elon Musk to do a whole Hitler salute during the inauguration. And even though a lot of people in the U.S. played it off as, oh, no, he was just sending his heart out and all that, it's like, stop it. Okay, he did a damn Hitler salute, dog. He did a Hail Hitler, whatever you call it. I don't know the proper name for it, but you know what I'm talking about. He did a Hitler salute. All right? Not pretend he didn't. Only Americans were pretending that he didn't. Only alt-right Americans were pretending that he didn't do what we just seen him do twice. The rest of the world recognized it for what it is. Matter of fact, let's see something. The rest of the world recognized it for what it was. And you have to understand, unlike America, as superficial as we like to be sometimes, the rest of the world remembers what Hitler did to their country. Yeah, we got in the war to help defeat Germany, which was the right thing to do. But we weren't personally bombed and invaded by the Nazis like other countries were. So when they see someone at the top of the food chain in America doing Nazi salutes, they're not feeling it because their country was ravaged by bombs and tanks and blitzkrieg, and they lost civilians and military soldiers. Yeah, we got to get political on this one because this all has to do with why the market is tanking right now. So the rest of the world, they saw this.
There are elections
they weren't happy about it.
Some elections are, important, some are not. But this one, this one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. We could pretend that he just didn't just do a whole Hitler salute. We could pretend that. Germany's not pretending that, though. See, Germany is where Hitler actually came up. They're not pretending that wasn't what it was. France, that was also invaded by Germany, they're not pretending that's not what it was. Poland, as we're going to get to this story, is not pretending that they didn't see a whole Hitler salute. Unfortunately, this is not good for Tesla stock because now all of Europe has been protesting, boycotting, and they don't want to mess with Tesla, which is unfortunate for me because Tesla's like down 40% in the last 6 weeks. And I just happen to have dozens of Tesla stock that I picked up because I thought Elon Musk going into the White House with Donald Trump was going to be a good thing for Tesla. Like I said, I didn't foresee the whole Nazi thing. So Poland urges Tesla boycott. This is back in January. This is like a week after that happened. After Musk calls for a move past Nazi guilt. So I'm just saying, like, these kind of things, and it's still going on to this day. So these kind of things are leading to, you know, an overall sentiment towards the U.S. that's just not favorable. And big money doesn't really like shaky situations. They don't really like these tariff threats and all this other stuff that's going on that's making the market look like crap. It's down 3% today. Let's see what it's looking like for the month. 7%. I can't go 6 weeks. But for the month, it's down 7%. Look at this. It's ridiculous. This is nasty work. This is diabolical. Yeah, this is terrible right here. And it's not just terrible because, like, hey, I get it. Yo, we got to, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you take the losses. It's part of the game. I'm in the crypto. I've been in the crypto market for years now. 7% in a month is nothing, of course. Right? 3% or 3% in a day. It's nothing. But this is unnecessary, is the point. It's unnecessary. And we could blame one person for this. We could blame a couple people, though, really. I mean, but here's the thing. Let's be real. Let's be real. Okay. When it comes to, like, okay, first of all, let's not pretend that there's not shenanigans in the investing and in the government. If you're a United States citizen, you know. If you're an American, you know our politics is corrupt. Right? You know that the game is rigged. And the best thing that you could do is try to make your moves consistent with what you think the big players and manipulators are doing. And we could talk all this Doge and we could talk this because the market was fluffed up because of Biden and all that. And I'm not a Biden supporter, by the way, at all. At all. But the economy wasn't that bad under Biden. It wasn't just fluffed up with artificial numbers. That's not what we're seeing. We're not just seeing the overvalued market now getting back to reality. No, we're seeing what looks like a sabotage. Let's not forget that our president, our dear leader, came into the game with a meme coin scam. Let's not forget that. 2 days before the inauguration, he drops a meme coin, which liquidates while he's being inaugurated the very day. Went from 50 billion to 3 billion market cap, sell off. And he owned 90% of the coin. So let's not pretend that he didn't just do a whole wham, bam, zam, thank you, ma'am, and rug for billions of dollars day one in office. So I say that because, listen, we can't sit up here and act like it's raining when we're being pissed on. We can't do that. I'm not doing that. I got too much money in this investing game to do that, to pretend that what we're going through is necessary. It's not necessary. The market, the way the market is crashing, the crypto market, the S&P 500, the way this is tanking is not like some necessary evil that we had to do to get back to more stable grounds. No, this has been hypocrisy, sabotage, almost even treason. Because there's 13 billionaires in the White House right now. 13, unprecedented amount. And they don't care about us as working class. They just don't. If you ever think that a bunch of billionaires are getting together to make your life better, you're crazy. You're a fool for that. What we're going through right now is sabotage. And it's our fault because, like I said, I thought better of the economy under a Trump. I thought that we would be doing good right now. I definitely thought Tesla would be skyrocketing because I didn't expect Elon Musk to throw a Hail Hitler out there during the inauguration. And even though we want to play it off like, oh, he was just sending his heart out. No, Europe remembers what Hitler did to them. They remember the tens of millions of people they lost. So they're responding appropriately to what's in their best interest. And they're saying, fuck Tesla. So there's 40% right there. Like I said, I have dozens of Tesla stocks, 40% down in the last 6 weeks. So how do we play this? I know everybody wants to just say, buy the dip, just buy the dip, just buy the dip. Okay, that's cool. But let's not pretend, let's not ignore the elephant in the room. Let's not do that. Let's not pretend that we're just not getting shit on right now. And let's not pretend that, maybe we didn't make a mistake. That's the thing. When we don't recognize mistakes that we've made, and I'm going to say this as a nation, not necessarily as an individual, but when we don't recognize we've made a mistake, we will continue to exacerbate and victimize ourselves from these mistakes because we didn't learn from them. Let's just be real about it. See, it'd be different if he didn't come in the game and just milk the game for billions of dollars by rugging his biggest supporters, because that's who really supported that Trump meme coin and his wife Melania coin. It was those who really mess with Trump. The ones who really, really support Trump the most are the ones who really got done. So if he would do that to his bigger supporters, why wouldn't he do it to the more broader society? See, usually you could play the game by anticipating what the big wigs will do. This is like when Dogecoin was going through that big pump during the last bull cycle. And we had Elon Musk and we had Mark Cuban both pumping it on daily talk shows and Saturday Night Live. And I said, listen, let's look at the metrics. Let's look at the analytics. Let's look at the tokenomics. It's top heavy. The majority of it is owned by a few wallets. Expect there to be a big dump at some point. And I told you what would happen before it happened, because I anticipated that if they're pumping this coin, they're going to let the retailers get in and pump, but they were going to dump it. And that's why I was able to dump it before the big dump happened. And then I reported a couple of days later how somebody just made so much money off that Dogecoin pump that they started a hedge fund and retired from their job as a director of a major bank for 14 years because he's starting a hedge fund, which indicates he had to make at least 100 billion or 100 million to $1 billion. We anticipate what we think these big wigs and these whales are going to do. That's how we're able to kind of surf the wave and make some profits, because we know it's heavily influenced by these whales. But when these whales are deliberately doing shenanigans and they're making a crap ton of money while shitting on us, yeah, we gotta acknowledge that. This is where we're at right now. We're looking at a stock market that is crashing. We're looking at a crypto market. And I'm not trying to say panic, but let's just look at these numbers, man. We're in the middle of a bull cycle. Yes, it often does go down before the big rise. Maybe that's where we're at right now. Perhaps. Shiba Inu market cap 7 billion. Litecoin, it was up to about 130 at one point the last few months. Now it's down to 87. Polkadot. We just have a lot of things going on right now. Algorand. We're just having a real hard time right now in the market, man. Like I said, it'd be different if it was just normal shenanigans, but no, this is like unnecessary. The things that we're witnessing right now, it's not necessary. We don't have to be down. Look, now we're at 3.25%. We don't have to be down this much. You know what I'm saying? We're down this much because people at the top are making either asinine moves or they're purposely crashing the market. I don't know which one it is at this point. But I do know it doesn't benefit us just to keep meat holstering Donald Trump. Just putting his meat in our mouths is not going to help with the situation. Okay? It's just not. We're witnessing something unprecedented in the Oval Office right now. And don't think for a minute. Let's just be real. I don't care how you feel about Elon. I don't really like Elon. I used to, but he threw the Hitler salute. And then he said that the murderer of George Floyd should be pardoned. So at this point, fuck that guy. And he's not really the genius that we once thought he was. Like, he didn't start Tesla. He just bought Tesla. He didn't start any of these great companies. He just bought these companies. But let's be real. If you think that he paid $270 million not to rob the U.S. government, then you're crazy. If you think he just paid that so then he's going to save us some money with his Doge program, let's just be real about it. Yeah, we're going to talk politics today on Blockchain Crypto Gang because we have to be up on game in order to be effective with investing. I try to stay politically neutral. I gave Trump his props. I thought that the economy would be doing good under Trump, not because he's a genius, not because he's an economist, just because, you know, the market, he talks that market shit. And I know that a lot of his supporters respond well to that, as long as he's not like sabotaging the market. But if you think that Elon Musk paid over $250 million, if you think he paid over $250 million to put Trump in office and to get a high level position, and he doesn't have a plan to recoup that money, and he's just doing this Doge thing and trying to cut the government wasteful spending, ask yourself this. Let me see something. Let me go ahead and get this for you guys. That's not the one I'm looking for. Is this the one? Guess I didn't load it up. If you really think that's his goal, you're crazy. I mean, have you noticed that all the government spending that he wants to cut has to do with the little guy? He wants to cut the programs that help stabilize elderly and or low income people. Is that just a coincidence? He hasn't shown any proof of all this Social Security fraud, these 250-year-olds that are getting these checks and this 350-year-old who's getting this. He hasn't shown no proof of that. He wants to cut the Medicaid, the Medicare, the social programs that help the little people. He's not looking at the pharmaceutical companies who get billions of dollars of our taxpayer money to create medicines. And then once they do so, they overcharge us on the back end. He's not looking to cut that. He's not looking to cut the oil companies that we subsidize for billions of dollars. He's not willing to cut the government contractors who are the middleman and make tens of billions of dollars with government contracts, meaning that when we spend $100 billion on our military, most of that doesn't actually go to the soldiers. It doesn't actually go to buying weapons. It goes to contractors. He's not looking into that. Why? If he's all about, cutting the wasteful spending, why isn't he going there with it? You know why? Let's be real. There's Blockchain Crypto Gang. Listen, we're gonna talk some real talk today. He's not looking into those type of government wasteful spending. He's not looking at the hundreds of corporations that are subsidized with our money, companies that are already rich, who don't need our taxpayer money. He's looking to take it from those of us who really need it. I don't mind my taxpayer dollars going to subsidize people who need some food stamps or Section 8 or rent assistance. I don't mind that. I want my taxpayer money going there. I asked an AI model because I seen this video. I wanted to make sure I could fact check it. $20 billion is how much it would cost to house the homeless, all the homeless in America for a year. We give that to Ukraine and to Israel in a month. We subsidize large corporations that much in a month. See, I don't mind my taxpayer money going to things that are going to actually help my fellow man. I would rather not see homeless people when I'm driving down the street. But he doesn't look to cut the wasteful spending that's going to these billionaires and these mega industries and corporations. Why? Because it would be hard to do that. Why? Because they actually have advocacy in the form of lobbyists, high-powered attorneys, and they can show the hypocrisy if he was to try that. But he's part of that welfare queen system. See, they make it seem like it's the poor people, it's the single mothers. They're just sucking the system dry. That's a drop in the bucket compared to what we send to other countries, what we subsidize large corporations like Tesla. Elon Musk through Tesla has got like $40 billion in subsidies the last couple of years. That's not wasteful spending. The richest man in the world, literally, when you look at your paycheck and you look at the deductions, the federal deductions, you can literally chalk some of that up as going into Elon Musk's pocket. So the working class of America is literally paying out of their check the richest man in the world as he cuts programs that would help our fellow Americans that may need the help. No one should have to work 40 hours a week and still can't eat. So I would rather them get some food stamps. I don't mind my taxpayer money going to that. It's what does the richest man in the world need with our tax money? You telling me that he can't float his own business? What happened to the free market will decide? You're telling me that he can't, the richest man in the world. Business is worth over $1 trillion. He's worth about 500 billion personally. You're telling me that he can't float his own business at this point? This genius can't figure out how to make his business work without taking tens of billions of our taxpayer money? I'm not buying it. You're telling me these oil companies can't make a profit without being subsidized by our money? I'm not buying it. We're being robbed. Let's be real. We are being robbed, ladies and gentlemen. And when I started this broadcast, we were about 2.75% down for the S&P for the day. Now we're at 3.5% down as we get closer to closing time. Last 6 months, we are down. Well, last 6 months, we're up, right? Last month, we're down 8%. Nah, this ain't this ain't cool. What are you talking about? Look at this. NASDAQ, 11%. NASDAQ composite, 12%. We were doing good. Everybody was complaining about Biden. We were doing all right during Biden. I don't even like Biden, but I'm not going to sit up here and lie. I do not like Biden. There's some things that he's done that to me are very racist, very undermining to the black community, which I'm a part of. But I can't lie. The economy wasn't tanking as much as that's what everybody said. Oh, yeah, it's going to be better. And Trump gets in and he's going to fix it. The prices of eggs are going. Let's go ahead and run this back. Run it back. Run it back.
When I win, I will immediately bring prices down starting on day one. Starting on day one of the Trump administration, we will end inflation. So vote Trump and your incomes will soar. Your energy costs and grocery prices will come tumbling down. The next economic boom will begin the instant the world knows that Donald J. Trump has won 4 more years as president. We got to take care of our veterans here. They're among our greatest people. I will put veterans first and America first every single time. Before I even arrive at the Oval Office, I will have the disastrous war between Russia and Ukraine settled. I will get the problem solved, and it will take me no longer than one day.
Cap. Nah, we gotta just call it what it is, man. We gotta call it what it is. It's cap, bro. All this shit is cap. I could show you so much more evidence. I'm just showing you these little memes. I'm just venting. You could say I'm venting right now. I'm not one to panic because of the market. But damn it, where are we at right now? What are we doing? And are we going to pretend? Like, how many of you guys are going to just continue to pretend that we're not being pissed on and told that it's raining? Like for real, if you're able to sign up and co-sign for the detriment of your own well-being, of your own family, you're lost. I'm an investor. I like to be neutral politically. But I can't be dishonest about what's going on. That's why people tuned in to Crypto Talk podcast. That's why people tune in to Blockchain Crypto Gang. And shout out to y'all who tune in, man. Make sure you give a like and all that good stuff. This isn't about just wanting to just dump on Trump. I'm not an anti-Trump person. I'm a neutral person. It just so happens I like Trump as an entertainer, as a troll, as a comedic relief. He just doesn't make for a good president, apparently. I don't dislike Trump. I like Trump more than I like Biden. I like Trump more than I like Kamala. I do not like Kamala Harris. I don't like her for some things that she has said when she was running for president the first time. So this isn't about I'm a liberal cuck and I just don't like the right. It ain't about none of that. I'm a realist. I'm an independent. I'm a true independent. I can criticize both sides. I can embrace policies from both sides if they're helpful. It just so happens none of these damn policies have been helpful to us. They're just not. I mean, he came in the first day rug pulling his meme coin. He came in with the Shillery day one. Made billions off the market, him and his wife, and then he tanked the market for the working class. So I'm not going to pretend that what I'm seeing is rain when it's blatantly piss. I'm not going to pretend that these numbers, these tanking ass numbers that we're seeing, Bitcoin at 77,000 right now. And listen, okay, it's a buying opportunity. I still believe, well, not as strongly, but I still believe Bitcoin can hit 150. I believe it could double from where it's at right now by the end of this bull cycle. It can. There could be we can get a $3 trillion market cap in Bitcoin. I still believe that is possible. I believe that the S&P 500 can recover, and we can go from minus 8% in the past month, to some good numbers. I believe that. I just don't see any indication of how that's going to happen at this point in time. Not with Trump keep pump faking with, I'm going to do tariffs. I'm not going to do tariffs. I'm going to do tariffs. Because the rest of the world, see, what we have to understand as American citizens, we're used to making excuses for dumb shit that our politicians do because we fall in love and we get infatuated with our politicians. This is from both sides, Democrats and Republicans, right and left. We get infatuated with our politicians and we start making excuses for them instead of holding them accountable. We have been trained, we have been conditioned to obsess over celebrities, and our politicians now are in the realms of being celebrities. And because of that, we don't hold them accountable. And even as we get fucked, we'll make excuses and we'll actually turn our back on what's in our own best interest just to support someone who's fucking us. The rest of the world doesn't play that game. So you can't be the tough guy. I'm going to do sanctions and I'm going to do tariffs and think that the world isn't going to respond. and then pump fake the last minute and say, okay, I'm not going to do them. No, the rest of the world has already responded to what you said you're going to do. Because as a world leader, you don't get to be wishy-washy. That's not respectable. That's uncertainty, which also is not good for the market. But other world leaders were like, no, you said you're going to do this thing. We're going to do this thing. We're going to put it in effect. As soon as you said you're going to do it, we said we're going to do it. We're not backing up because now you want to change your mind. We don't have time for the back and forth. This is what other world leaders are thinking. We've been isolating our own best allies, and they've had enough of it. We're the laughingstock of the world right now, and our economy is suffering because of it. Let's just be real about it. So buy the dip. Yeah, sure. Fine. Okay. Buy the dip. How long do we buy the dip? We're supposed to be in a bull cycle right now. We're supposed to be in a golden era right now. And so far, the first 6 weeks of this administration has been anything but that. Now, hopefully, look, I'm not, like I said, I'm not an I hate Trump guy. I'm not that. I don't want this not to work. I want this to work. I have a lot of money in these markets. 401k fully vested, different stock portfolios, crypto portfolios. I don't want this thing to go wrong. So hopefully, like in 3 months, in 1 month, 6 months, whatever, we're having a whole different conversation, and we're all basking in the glory of a golden era and making money. Hopefully, that's what happens. It's hard to see that right now because the world is not really fucking with us right now. And it's because of the shenanigans that's going on at a high level in the administration. And we got Elon Musk really literally saying that we should pardon someone who we've seen murder a man in broad daylight. He wants to pardon him. And he's throwing Hitler salutes. You know what I'm saying? That's like, are you serious? This is what we're doing? Anyway, I'm not going to hold y'all. I'm not going to hold y'all. I just wanted to get that little rant out a little bit, man. It is what it is. At this point in time, we're it's looking bad. It's looking bad. It seems like we made a bad decision, folks. Gang, we didn't make a good decision on this one. And right now we're suffering for it. So buy the dip if that's what you do. And let's hope that it recovers, and maybe we're just going to be able to pick up stuff on the low. And maybe then 6 months from now we'll all just be making hand over fist type of money. But as of now, it's not a good look. Anyway, blockchain, crypto, gang. Appreciate you, man. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you don't deal with the politics, I get it. You could be upset about this one. It is what it is, but I got to keep it a buck at all times. I got to keep it 100. Peace.